What is up, everyone? Jay here with another Fire Emblem Heroes video, and today we're taking a look at the next Emblem hero, and it is none other than the Lady of Dawn herself, Micaiah, aka Mickey as I like to call her. And she's here drawn by the legend Suzuki Rika, one of the best artists in the game in my opinion, so it's always a treat when they draw art for a character. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Micaiah is a beautiful character, and she is a colorless tome infantry unit as expected. I mean, she's been every color before, but colorless she's already had two colorless alts before with her bridal and her legendary. So Micaiah is really powerful as expected, as any Emblem hero is when they release, and she comes with, of course, her signature Great Sacrifice, which is a skill in FE Engage that is toned down a bit in this game, but also a bit better too. So let's look at her kit. Maiden's Tome, of course, has -1 cooldown and the effectiveness against cavalry foes and armored foes. And then if rally or movement assist skill is used by unit or target unit, inflicts -6 to all their stats. Normally it's -5, but -6. And exposure on closest foes within 5 spaces of both unit and target. Or, sorry, both unit and target ally, or unit and targeting ally after movement, and on foes within 2 spaces of those foes. This wording is always so confusing, but honestly I don't know if there's a better way to explain it. Basically just know that the range is gigantic, and exposure is really good for a nuke like her because she wants more true damage. Exposure gives you that +10 damage, so that's really useful. And then inflicts a further -5 on all the stats on the foes on the map with the exposure effect active, and those foes also suffer guaranteed follow-up attacks during combat. So it's kind of like a crux skill because Micaiah is going to be slower. And then if unit initiates combat is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants bonus to all of her stats equal to the number of allies within 3 rows of a column centered on unit times 3 + 5, maximum 14. And then of course deals the flat X damage output, excluding AoEs. X equals the highest total penalties among target and foes within 2 spaces of target, and she already inflicts exposure, so that's gonna be really easy to trigger. And then also reduces damage from foes attacks by 7, so that's flat DR. And then also grants special cooldown count -1, the special jump before units first attack during combat. So Micaiah here is going to be very sufficient with her weapon, giving tons of stats, flat damage output and also some flat damage reduction. She comes with a swap, and then Great Sacrifice is her signature from Engage, like I said, but it is modified here a bit. So when the special triggers, boosts damage by 60% of units res, and also has the DR piercing, so that's nice, just like Deadeye and all those skills. And then if unit or foe special is ready, or unit or foe special triggered before or during this combat, reduces damage from the foe's next attack by 40%, so that's even more flat damage reduction, but that's only once per combat, keep that in mind. And then here is the best part, or the most notable part. If a rally or movement assist skill is used by units, so if she uses swap, as you saw in the gameplay before this screen showed up, or if she uses a rally skill or whatever for like arena, I mean reposition gate is going to be the best assist for her. But if you whatever assist or movement, rally, whatever you use, is going to restore 20 HP to allies within 2 spaces of both unit and the target ally that you are assisting or moving. So that includes the target ally, excluding the unit. So 20 HP is really nice because, I mean, in a game like FEH where most HP is going to be in the 40s, 20 HP is huge. That is like a mini healing tower. That's like going to be half of people's HP, or at least close to half. So that's really good. And in Engage, this is a global healing, and it would heal everybody, but you would be reduced. Micaiah would be reduced to 1 HP. So that's how it is in Engage, but still in a game like FEH where HP is lower, generally speaking, this is still really good. But the best part about this, on top of the HP healing and also neutralizing penalties, the cleansing effect, you also get another action. So she's pulling a Crom, and that's Crom and a little bit of Lucina's thing over the years, is whenever they had an assist, they would be able to move again. But now Micaiah can do it on her own, and also help the ally by giving them healing. I mean, Crom also had like bonus number support and stuff, but Micaiah does it in her own way, and that's crazy because anytime there's a unit that can give themselves another action without being danced, it is a serious problem sometimes. I've lost a lot of matches to where someone assists, or Ninja Lucina is a recent example where she can just swap and then just kill you, and reach your team. So Micaiah can do the same thing, so this is going to be really annoying, but when you have her in your hands, this is going to be so useful because she can just kill so many things with her weapon, and then also have this damage boost from Great Sacrifice, and then also heal her teammates if you need it. So Great Sacrifice does a ton in one. And then Crystalline Water is the A slot of choice, which is going to give her more res, and then also neutralize panic effects, lower her defense. And then Attack Res Havoc, we've seen that before, that's going to give you Sabotage Effect. Schism, which I guess Schism isn't as common nowadays, like to stop, I think it was a triangle attack or something. I don't remember, because Schism is still kind of a rare status, but it is useful sometimes. And then you also have the 20% res based true damage during combat. And then the new skill, because every Emblem hero comes with a new inheritable skill, Silence Ward 4. So for allies within 2 spaces of unit, grant attack res +4, and also neutralize effects that prevent allies' counterattacks during combat. So if you have a unit that's affected by Larather, Flash status, stuff like that, then she can prevent those allies from getting hit by that and just give them null counter disrupt, basically. So that can be nice. And then if allies attack, can trigger ally special, grants the special jump -1, cooldown count -1 to ally before their first attack, which is useful, of course. Special jumping is everywhere. And then if unit initiates combat within 2 spaces of an ally, grants a further attack res. Actually, wait, hold on. Yeah, this is the same thing except for herself, or whoever's using the skill, right? So you give that to your allies, and you also give it to yourself. The same exact thing. You have null counter disrupt built in, and the special jumping before your first attack. So Silence Ward, definitely pretty cool, and it's going to be useful for a lot of mages that can... I mean, the C slot, sorry. The C slot is competitive. Of course, every slot is competitive, but if you can run this and help a unit that doesn't have no counter disrupt and just help them tank better, this is definitely cool. And then we move on to the Emblem effect, which is the same thing almost as Great Sacrifice, and it gives the person that is engaged to this the ability to do the same thing. You have the rally movement assist being used, you restore 20 HP to the target ally and neutralize their penalties, and then you also grant another action. So everybody, if you have a Micaiah, can also do the Great Sacrifice thing a little bit with the 20 HP healing, penalty neutralization, and also grant another action to the unit who has the emblem effect. So this is crazy good because you're just going to make everybody kind of like a Crom, and with reposition being, the timeless great assist that it is. I mean, it's not the only assist skill, obviously, but usually the best movement assist. You can just get across the map very quickly with giving yourself another action, and of course you can still use Gale Force or whatever, so you can be a menace with this emblem effect. This is going to be crazy. I mean, all the emblem effects are useful in their own ways, but this one is arguably, really good. Obviously, it does inflict isolation, so you can't be danced after it. So that's the, just like Crom with his assist and stuff. But still, this is amazing. This is going to be so good for, as someone who does 1-turn clears, that's going to be really useful if I get a Micaiah. And just the 20 HP healing is like the cherry on top. I think the best part of it is definitely another action. I mean, penalty neutralization is also really clutch. That can save you from a win or a loss if you have some penalty on you that is crippling you. But yeah, granting another action, I did not expect that from Micaiah, because I thought the emblem hero that would give yourself another action would be Byleth, because Byleth has that dance emblem engage effect and engage, and I'm not looking forward to that because that's going to be insane. But Micaiah does it a little bit here, so that is really interesting that they gave it to her here. I think the healing and penalty neutralization was good enough, but they're like, let's give her another action, or give the user another action, which is insane. So yeah, that's the emblem effect, and it also, of course, boosts some damage by units max special cooldown count value ×4, excluding AoE. So yeah, Micaiah is amazing, and Legendary Black Knight is being a menace right now. I've seen him on almost every map, and he's so annoying to fight. So I'm hoping Micaiah can be a decent check to him at least. Maybe, if not a counter, then at least a check, because she does have the armor effectiveness, of course. She can maybe live a hit from him and just, kill him with her damage. But of course, there's Dual Marth out there that can just negate the armor effectiveness. You have to keep that in mind. My boy is too strong. But yeah, that is Emblem Micaiah. She's going to be a really meta unit for sure. And Carlis is kind of good for her because it means her matchups are even across the board, except against like Raven Tomes and Raven Tome effects, which is rare. So yeah, Micaiah is very, very good, and that emblem effect is so useful. We have such amazing emblem effects already with Celica Warp and Sigurd Ring with the Canto, but this, like, there's not much stopping this, because at least with Celica Ring you could stop it with Barricade, Anti-Warp, Sigurd, just Canto Control and stuff like that. But now Micaiah just giving another action, there's not really much to stop that. So here is the emblem effect being used in action, and yeah, I think Yunaka's going to use it. So Yunaka is going to repo Alir, and then normally, she wouldn't be able to move again, but now she can thanks to the emblem ring, and then just attack. Yunaka's also a menace. I hate fighting her. But yeah, that is the emblem effect. It's going to be crazy because it's just going to make certain teams, like, you think you're safe, and then all of a sudden they just come up to you because they can just repo or use a movement assist or whatever and just act again. Alright, so it is time to look at the rest of the heroes on the banner, starting off with Haether, Legendary Lincia, Ratatoskr, Legendary Camilla, Emblem Sigurd, Fresvelger, Rafal, Legendary Sakura, Attuned Alm, Noma, and Goto. Okay, Goto and Noma on the same banner is pretty funny. And of course, Emblem Micaiah. So there are a few duds here in some of the colors, but let's start off with Carlos, of course, because Micaiah is the new hero. She, of course, is coming with a stacked color because, or stacked colorless pool, should I say, because she's sharing with Legendary Sakura, who's the best healer in the game right now. Very, very good and annoying. And she's also sharing colors with Attuned Alm, who I haven't seen as much of. I'm starting to play Summer Duels a little bit more recently, and I thought I would see him more because he is, in my opinion, probably the best bow unit in the game, or at least best Carlos bow unit in the game right now. But I don't really see him that much, I guess. I mean, the competition's fierce, you know, but he is very, very good. Very, very good at doing his job. And of course, he comes with a little echo, which can be nice with the duplication. So Attuned Alm is a little bit underrated. Maybe I'm just getting unlucky not encountering him, but he is very good. And the colorless pool is stacked. Emblem Micaiah, Attuned Alm, and Legendary Sakura. That is amazing. So definitely the best color. Then we take a look at red, which has Legendary Lincia, who is still a solid sword flyer sometimes. You know, she can pick off weaker opponents, but against the bulkier, you know, tank, she's not really going to do much because she does have a brave weapon, but she doesn't really come with any kind of true damage, or, you know, enough true damage anyway. So she can struggle, but if you're trying to merge her, you know, red is decent because you do have Rafal, who is a solid armored dragon that can be good as a near saver. He does have some good armored skills that are premium. I think he comes with Wily Fighter. He comes with one of the tier 4 fighter skills, if I recall correctly. And then we have Goto, who I do have myself, but I haven't used him too much, but he is a good supportive red mage. He comes with Pulse Up Ploy, I think, and he also has the special jumping support, which, I mean, there's a lot of units that do that, but if you're looking for one, I guess Goto can be your guy. But yeah, red is decent. And then we go to green, which has Haether, who is a bit outdated. You know, she was one of the first, you know, earlier, I think she's Astro Mythic, right? She comes with Gold Serpent, which is okay. It can be useful sometimes, but she's not the greatest mythic right now. And then Noma, who I don't think is the greatest either. He also comes with Pulse Up Ploy, I believe, but he comes with like a Seal Res, Attack Res skill, which is not very good, and his weapon is okay. Nothing too memorable. And then who else is in green? Of course, Legendary Camilla, who is kind of in the same boat as Alincia, because at one point she was very, very good until Birth of Life 4 came out and just bulkier tanks. So unless you're trying to merge her, you know, green and getting Legendary Camilla isn't the greatest. Remote Sparrow isn't even the greatest skill anymore. It's not as coveted as it used to be. And then in blue we have Emblem Sigurd, which is, or should I say is, you know, he's still very good in my opinion. He's definitely fallen off a bit with some tanks, but he still has the unparalleled movement of the Gallop, which is still broken. Being able to move 5 spaces as a Cavalier and being able to move again, Override is useful. So Emblem Sigurd's still very good in my opinion, and of course his ring is very good with the Canto and extra movement. And then we also have Ratatoskr, not the greatest mythic, unfortunately. You know, her Divine Vein status, terrain is not very good, honestly. She doesn't really provide anything outside of that. Her combat's not very good unless you really invest into her. So Ratatoskr's sadly lacking behind. And then we have Fresvelger, who is an underrated mythic in my opinion. You don't see her much on offense because I believe she is a light mythic, if I remember correctly. But she does hit pretty hard, deceptively hard, I feel like. People kind of sleep on her. Carlos being the number 1, obviously. Definitely the best color here. Number 2 is going to be blue, number 3 is going to be red, and last is going to be green. So that is my thoughts and first impressions on Emblem Micaiah and this banner. Good luck if you're going to summon on it, because a lot of people will, just because it is an emblem banner, and emblem heroes just provide that universal value of giving an emblem ring to any unit you want, almost any unit you want. So it's really useful, and I'm honestly probably going to summon on it myself. Hopefully that doesn't screw me over when the next summer banner comes out, because we have to keep that in mind. There's also a second summer banner in July, so that's going to be exciting. But this banner is also pretty cool, but like I said, there are a few units in here that are kind of duds. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. This has been Ramble as usual. Please stay safe out there. Peace out.